Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sales Talk with Melinda Chan. How are you all doing? Let me make sure that I am going live. Welcome to our Sales Talk with Melinda. So, for those people who have been part of our Facebook group, you know that every Thursday at Eastern Standard Time, noon Eastern Standard Time, I usually do sales masterclass with sales masterclass every noon Eastern Standard Time. But I've decided to change it up a little bit. I've decided that I want to really have that conversation to make it more casual, and I want to share with you my sales progress, what I'm doing now. So it's more a casual sales talk and really share with you behind the scenes of what I'm doing with all the different sales strategies. For those people who know me, you know that not only I'm here to help female entrepreneurs, I also have an account, a company I sell for, and we sell to corporate clients. So I've decided to switch this noon Eastern Standard Time discussion to more broad based, to really not only we talk about strategy, like today will be more strategy focused. So we will still be talking about strategies, but at the same time, I really want to make sure that we also talk about um, mindset and the purpose why we're doing things, because mindset and purpose is truly the fuel to making progress. Today I was having a discussion with another female entrepreneur, and we talk about how important it is to make sure that your mindset is positive. You have that clear purpose of why you're doing things and why you decide to go after corporate clients. So those people who are familiar with sales masterclass, every Thursday we are going to be talking about sales talk. So I will be focusing on sales talk. Today will still be quite strategy focused, but I really look forward to having those candid discussions with you guys about selling to corporate clients or business, mid to large size businesses. So and hopefully I can bring some people in and ladies to share and discuss how they sell to corporate clients, different strategies. So hopefully this is going to be helpful to you. Always share feedback with me. Let me see, if any questions, I'll make sure I'll check my the comment section. So let me know if you want to have any questions for me. All right, so today we are going to be talking about the key success factors when it comes to selling to corporate clients. Oh, by the way, we also have our podcast. I am launching podcast next week. Still working on this. But what we'll do basically is these kind of sales talk with Melinda. I am going to put it into a podcast formula so that when you're walking on the street, walking down the street, you're doing things, you can listen to these, and I hope that these are going to give you some more insights. So the podcast will be released next week. I'll start sharing some information with you inside this group or everywhere on social media. Let me know how you like it and what kind of topic you want me to cover. I'm here to share everything with you about selling to corporate clients. So I thought today I'm going to share with you some of the key success factors when it comes to going after corporate clients. And the reason why I want to talk about this, let me share with you a story. And I was looking back to all my past sales successes or even challenges. And for those people who know me, you know that I've been selling to corporate clients for the last 20 years. And at one point, around 13 years ago, I was selling to business owners, and I was working as one of the youngest investment advisor broker in the largest Canadian banks. And my mandate was to go after business owners and to talk about the retirement strategies. And at that time, LinkedIn was just starting. We didn't have a lot of, there wasn't a lot of LinkedIn, using LinkedIn as a sales tool. So there was a lot of cold calling, reaching out to people, networking, and also sending out direct mails. I was doing cold calling for a period of time, and being a hard worker, I know I got to work hard. I was the youngest. As a woman, I was ready to work hard. So basically, I would do cold calls late till late at night. I think I would always work till like 9 o'clock at night, the last person to leave the office, doing tons of cold calls. despite all those hard work, I was not getting the result I wanted. And I was so frustrating. I was working hard. I knew what I need to do to work hard. People say try to reach out to as many people as possible. But I was having so much trouble. And it was really, really hard, especially when you know that you've been working so hard, but you're not getting the result you want. Right. So I'm sure some of you could understand that. So I was really having a lot of trouble. But what happened was that I was talking to another mentor of mine, and we were discussing my strategy. And then he talked to me about really tweaking the offer I had. So when I was reviewing my sales messages, the cold call script, and I decided to tweak the offer to my ideal clients. And by tweaking that offer, because we discovered that there's another solution that could be really interesting and really helpful to supporting some small business owners with specific kind of tax planning strategy. So we really decided to go after that strategy. By that little tweak, I think a week after that, I was able to close a $2 million deal. I was able to meet with a CFO of a company, and they were interested in my service, and boom, everything happened really fast, and boom, I was able to close a $2 million sale. And by looking at that little tweak, and I think I always remember that experience and really think about, hey, even now, like sometimes every time, when I launch a new sales strategy, when I decide to go after new target audience, target market, and if I were to be facing challenges, which happens, we all face challenges and wins every day as entrepreneurs. But every time I face challenges with my sales, I always look back to these three key success factors. And so I want to share with you these three key success factors. But more importantly, I want to encourage you to listen to these success factors. And if you ever feel stuck, ask yourself, which one do I want to improve and tweak today? And just focus on tweaking one at a time, and then go out and test it. So focus on these three, and these three is actually part of our sales success plan. So it's really everything is integral together in terms of how you should go after business clients. So let me just share with you these three things, like the key success factors. And also just to remind you, once you have the sales success plan set up, once you've tested and you know it works, that is when you can take that process and take that plan and then outsource it, or outsource part of that plan to somebody else, so that you don't have to feel so overwhelmed sometimes, like you have to do everything. So this is the dream, or this is a plan I always have for women I support, is let's create a process, a sales success plan, your own sales success plan that's going to work for you. And then once you know that it's been tested, it works for your business, you can then outsource part of that sales success plan to somebody else, to an assistant, to automate that, and that is going to give you more time to do other important things. So that's really the plan. So let's think about the key success factor. The first thing I want to talk about is that when you go after entrepreneurs and businesses, the key success factor is that you have to solve their urgent challenges. This is such an important thing. I've supported a lot of women, and whenever I look at people like women, why some seem to be having success and why certain people seem to take longer to reach that success. And even myself, when I look at every single different sales campaign, sales strategies I've implemented, this one is probably one of the most important thing, is whether you're solving the most urgent challenges your perspective, your ideal clients are facing. The list. Urgency is the key, because we're going after business clients. We're either going after CEOs, VPs, directors, founders of companies. These people, their days are filled with appointments after appointments, meetings after meetings, and they're constantly dealing with different challenges. So if you are not solving their most urgent challenges, you will still see success, but you're more likely to, it might take you longer to get success. It might take you longer to be able to meet with them, to close sales. But if you are able to meet or to really solve their most urgent challenges, you are able to get your success faster and shorter sales cycle. So when you're trying to figure out, and that's back to the list, if you have looked at our sales success plan, you know that the step one is build the list. So if you're looking at your list, you're looking at your target industry, ask yourself like different industries and try to figure out which industry you want to focus on. Ask yourself, am I solving their most urgent challenges? The urgency again is the key. You have to target industry, you have to target the size of the company, you have to target decision makers that are facing urgent challenges. That would be the key to help you see the success. Okay, so this is the key factor number one, and I can't, it's so important. And again, it's about testing, and you might have an assumption and try to figure out, okay, I think this industry might be facing the urgent challenges, and I can really solve challenges for them. Go out and test it. Be okay to test it. And let's don't fall into this analysis paralysis. It's all about taking action and go test it out and be ready to change it, and always be ready to ask yourself again, am I solving their most urgent challenge? So that's the key success factor number one. The women I support, whenever I see women closing deals really fast, be able to close six-figure deals in a relatively short period of time, when I look back, it's because they're solving an urgent challenge. And we can talk about trigger events, and that's trigger events. It's part of solving their urgent challenges. Is there any specific event that might happen and that would create urgency to companies? For example, maybe somebody got hired. If a new CEO got hired, usually that is when he wants to do a little bit of shoveling around within the organization. They might be hiring new people, and that is when urgency comes, and when urgency appears. The second thing when it comes to key success factor is having a clear messaging. A clear messaging means that your message should not be hard to understand. I've once heard a marketing expert said that your message should be as simple, like it should be understood by a 3-year-old. And that is so important. Back to trying to understand the decision makers. Our busy decision makers, they are overwhelmed. They're constantly in different meetings. The easier to understand, your message got to be easy to understand so that they can absorb what it's like to working with you. And one thing you want to avoid is trying to be everything. Try to do all 10 different kinds of services that you can solve. The more services you have, the more overwhelming your decision maker might face. So try to keep your messaging simple to understand, succinct, and also focus on be the specialist. If you have so many things you think that you can help your ideal clients, focus on a few most important ones, because once they start working with you, they can easily expand those services to something else. So start with a small number of messages that you will be able to help your prospective clients. And also, so make sure that your value proposition is easy to understand. Again, I know sometimes it's hard, and feel free to ask questions inside our Facebook group, and so that I'd be very happy to share some feedback with you. But the most important thing is that you want to make sure that messaging is important. So key success factor number one is make sure that you solve the urgent challenge. So, and then find the group of people that faces the challenge that you can solve. So that's factor number one. And the factor number two is having the clear value proposition, right? Having those very clear value proposition or messaging so that it's easy to understand. Okay. And then key factor number three, success factor number three, is having a very persistent and simple to follow-up system. Last week, what was it, 2 weeks ago, I did our free sales workshop where I talked about the follow-up systems. And it's all about making sure that you have the system in place so that it is easy to follow, easy to use, easy to follow. You do not feel overwhelmed, and it allows you to follow up with your prospective clients consistently. Majority of your ideal clients need at least 12 contact points, different contact points before they start to officially think about you as a real contender to working with them. So you need to create a follow-up system that would allow you to be able to follow up with your ideal clients consistently. So make sure that you got to create a simple to use follow-up system. And that is another success factor number 3, because now I look back to some of my biggest accounts, and it took me a long time to close those accounts. It always took me a while because I took it easy. I don't try to be very salesy right off the bat, but I really focus on building the genuine relationships and continue to provide value and continue to build those relationships. And because of that, I'm able to start building that trust and within the organizations and allow people to say, okay, maybe I'll test you out. Maybe we'll try something new. So that is the third success factor. And especially if you're going after bigger clients, like 6-figure clients, 6-figure clients, it takes time for people to build trust with you. So making sure, like, look at how you sell. Do I have a simple to follow-up system? Do I have that follow-up system in place so that it doesn't feel overwhelming and I can continue to follow up with my prospective clients and consistently? So these are the 3 key success factors. Ah, sorry about that. So these are the 3 key success factors to help you really succeed in selling to corporate clients, making sure that you're really solving their urgent challenges. So try to identify your key industry that is going to help you sell to industries that have the challenges that you can urgent challenges that you can solve, and making sure that your message is super easy to understand, but you are the specialist. Be the specialist, not a generalist. So making sure that you have very simple to understand messages. And the last key factor is making sure that you have persistent follow-up system. All right, these are the key success factors. Which one do you want to use? Which one resonate most with you? Oh, excuse me. So, which one resonate most with you? Let me know. I would love to know. Yes. So, um, look forward to let me know how things going, and I look forward to seeing you next time about during our sales talk. And let me know what topic you would like to hear, and I look forward to seeing you next time. All right. Bye.